Hey, Dave Parker with Compton EdTech, and today I want to show you how to make an interesting chess piece using Fusion 360. Now, for those of you who are new to Fusion 360, this is the simplified version of what we used to use as Autodesk Inventor. Great little software. I'm just toying around with this to teach my teachers how to use it in conjunction with 3D printing. And so, one of the things I like doing is playing chess, and I have here an example of a chess piece that I created using this Autodesk project. Now, I used to do this with Inventor, so this is kind of second hat, but if you're new to creation and things like this, follow along, and hopefully you got a couple of the basics down and you'll be able to get this. So what I want to do is I want to start off a new design, and that design, I'm going to do this on the front, with the X and Y or the X and Z axis here, and as if I'm looking straight at a chess piece. Now, in this design, I want to start off with a sketch. So I'm still clicking and making my way through this new software. So I want to make a design. I'm in the design framework. And with that, I'm going to create sketch. Now, remember, we're working in 3 dimensions. So if I draw a flat piece, and if I can do a 360-degree rotation around a flat surface, I'll get a surface or final product in 3 dimensions with rounded sides. I'll show you what I mean. So what I want to do is I'm going to create something really simple. Maybe you saw an iteration of my short bishop there. I'm going to create a bishop with a longer hat. So I'm going to start off by creating a sketch. So creating a sketch, and with these tools here, I'm going to choose line. And since I have this green line as my design reference point, I'm going to use that. So I'm going to start at the top where my rook would normally be, or where my bishop would normally be. And I'm going to draw a line from here to here. That'll indicate the height. I'll hit escape to break that line. I'll select line again. And this time I'm going to create a little bit of a curvature. So what I'm going to do is over create, select a 3-point arc. I'm going to determine this point to here, and then I'm going to pull it out right there. There you go. It'll make sense to you in a minute. So that's going to be basically the top of his hat. And so I'm going to go back to line, and I'm just going to intersect the line right here on my reference to a point here. And then from here, I'm going to keep creating from this point here to here. And I'm just going to draw out what I think the side profile of a bishop's hat would be. All right. And I'm going to continue down. I'm going to make a few other sections to this. And as I taper it down to my base, again, remember, we're going to push this out in 3 dimensions, so be as creative as you want to be with this process. Ending with my base here, tying it all up right here. Now, I've got shapes here. You can see everything on screen. So now I need to go through and delete these lines in the middle. This will mess up my shape when I go to try to redo and circle everything or revolve everything. So I'm going to click the trim tool. And I'm just going to go in here, select the line, click that. And so now I have nothing on the interior to mess that up. So this is the side profile of my bishop. So I'm done with sketching. I'm going to click Finish Sketch. And now I'm going to create the magic. I'm going to go here to where it says Surface and Create. Click the drop down. And the tool I want to use now is called Revolve. When I click on Revolve, Notice how this whole section turned blue. All of this is going to revolve 360 degrees around the same axis. Now, I want to use this axis right here because once I click that, it'll look really cool. Watch what I do. Watch what happens. I click that axis and bada bing. Check it out. This is my new, yes, my new bishop. Now that looks cool. That looks very cool. I'm going to escape that. I'm going to undo that one. I'm going to show you what it would have looked like if I had done this along a different axis. And we'll cover orbiting the orbit tool in a different video. But say perhaps, so for example, I said I was going to do this on a different, at a different axis. Let's see what would happen. Let's go back to front. Let's say I went back here to create and revolve, and say I wanted to extrude to revolve it around this axis. Let's see what happens there. Oh yeah, I just get, yeah, it didn't work right. So remember to rotate it or to revolve it around the longer axis, and you'll come up with the best result. So from here again, I'm going to go ahead and click that revolve, find the axis to revolve around. And if I want to make any changes, I can, but this is okay to me. So I'm going to keep that. And this is going to be my end product. Now you may be saying, well, Dave, what do you do with it from here? From here, I'll go ahead and save this file. I'll call it new rook or new bishop. And what I'll do as I save it, now I'm going to go back to save, file, and then I'm going to eventually save as here. Click the drop down. I want to save this as a different type of file. I want to save this as a cancel, as an STL. Once I save it as an STL file, then I can go ahead and send that to my 3D printer and 3D print it, of course. So export STL file. I'll export that as an STL file, and then I'll push that to my Ultimaker Cura or my Dremel cutter, whatever, and I'll be able to use that as a different file, or I'll be able to use that 3D printer. Look for more. I'm going to give this another iteration. We'll see if this helps. Take it easy. Thanks a lot.